Hello, yes, and welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Sunday's show. Will we ever get a Man of Steel 2? One thing's for sure, we're either going to get the Man of Steel sequel or a brand new fresh take on the Superman myth in the next 5 years. You're screaming at your device right now, but Mick, we've already had a Man of Steel sequel. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. No, Batman vs. Superman is a franchise sequel. It is not a sequel to Man of Steel. It does not touch on any of the themes dealt with in Man of Steel. It doesn't deal with the theme of Superman killing Zod, of a hero having no choice but to break their no-kill rule. It doesn't deal with the Codex, Superman having a billion Kryptonian life forms inside of him. Imagine this, a Man of Steel 2 with Brainiac invading Earth. He extracts the Codex from Superman using those billion Kryptonian life forms to invade and collect worlds. And imagine at the end of the movie and going forward within the DCEU, Superman having to, have the humans and these Kryptonian life forms live together around the world, or searching for another planet for them to live on in peace. Zack Snyder didn't deal with the Codex. Why? You will have to ask him. We know that David Zaslav is desperate to launch another Superman movie, so I'm guessing sooner rather than later we will finally find out if we will ever get a Man of Steel 2. And what I've just said right now is partly some of Henry Cavill's frustrations, and it's why he wants some kind of creative responsibility and say so with the next Superman movie, because he feels like he's been betrayed. Hacking someone's upper lip in Justice League is a betrayal. He sees the way Superman was represented in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice as a betrayal. I like that film, but it's not really the way Superman fans, hardcore Superman fans, want their hero to be represented. So in the coming weeks and months, it will be very, very interesting what happens with the next Superman movie. If I was a guessing man, we'll probably see a Superman movie in the cinema, in the theatrical system, by 2026 or 2027. That's a very long time. But of course, you know my theory that we're going through the motions here, releasing all this DC content and making a Batman sequel and making a Joker sequel, just so it gives them time for, to orchestrate this 10-year plan. If I was a betting man, I think we have very, very, let's say, few chances of getting a Man of Steel 2. Do I want a Man of Steel 2? I would love a Man of Steel 2. I'm desperate to see a Man of Steel 2, but I also wouldn't be crying too hard if we just got a Superman movie announced. Because whether it's a Man of Steel 2, and I don't think there's a chance after Man of Steel 2 that we even get a Man of Steel 3. But let's talk about this. Where would a Man of Steel sequel be situated? Well, I think if it had anything to do with Henry Cavill, it wouldn't be after BVS. It wouldn't be after Zack Snyder's Justice League. He would not want to be wearing that black costume. There is a space of 18 months where you can make a direct sequel to Man of Steel, because the space between Man of Steel and BVS is around 18 months, if I remember rightly. The problem is nothing's really referenced in the other movies about what happens within those 18 months. But if you're willing to suspend disbelief, 18 months is a very, very long time. So you could even make 2 Man of Steel movies in that space. But it would be difficult because people would say, none of this is ever mentioned. And also it puts you in a bit of a phantom zone, if you like, because, why didn't anyone mention what happened? You could do a kind of Superman the movie where he turns the world back on its axis and everyone forgets everything or something happens. in a way to make everyone forget. It's a bit of a lame way of doing things, but it's the only way. I think a Brainiac story would be really, really interesting. But again, how do you explain Brainiac not being remembered in the future DCEU content? Every single DCEU movie, no one's going to mention that Brainiac invaded the Earth. So it's a very, very difficult situation, and I just don't think anyone is going to want a Superman after the Justice League movies. Let's just imagine they pretend that Justice League 2 and 3 happen. I mean, you could do that and say that's probably an easier thing to do than sticking to the 18 months prior to BVS. You could do something after an imaginary Justice League 3 and say Superman and the Justice League defeated Darkseid. The movies are not there. I guess that would frustrate Snyder fans even more if we're talking about a Justice League 2 and 3 that didn't happen because of corporate interference, but it's another way of doing things. But for me, what I really see in the next 5 years or so is a brand new Superman played by a brand new actor in a brand new franchise. A successful Superman movie is important for a successful DC live-action franchise. One of the reasons Man of Steel didn't launch the success of a DC live-action franchise was because the movie is divisive itself. Personally, I think it's a really, really good contemporary Superman movie. But some people call it a great movie, but not a good Superman movie. I understand what people are trying to say. Does Superman feel a bit more like Batman in Man of Steel? Is he too dark in the movie? He does smile. He does feel like Superman in places. But also, there's no time for the character to think. Also, they dropped the ball in Man of Steel in the relationship between Lois and Superman. Some people may not agree, because by the next film, BVS, they're in a proper ready-made relationship. They are actually living together in an apartment in Metropolis. Again, you could explain all of that in a Man of Steel sequel situated between Man of Steel and BVS. But they don't really spend much time together romantically in Man of Steel. There's no setup to that relationship. Does it work? Do Henry Cavill and Amy Adams have some chemistry? Yes, it's okay. But it's not Margot Kidder and Christopher Reeve. It is not Tom Welling and Erica Durant. And it's not Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. If that makes you want to unsubscribe, like a couple of people did after yesterday's video when I said the DC live-action universe needs a reset, that's brilliant. I'm not here to go hardcore, billion subscribers, become famous through my YouTube. I'm just a fan saying my thing. Now, I appreciate all my supporters. Anyone who watches, likes, subscribes, shares, I love you and I appreciate you for your support. But if you come here to watch an echo chamber daily, you've come to the wrong place. I'm on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. You'll see I say whatever the fuck I want. And on this channel, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. And what you should do is say, that guy has an opinion. I have my opinion. I'm happy to listen to your opinions. And that's my opinion on Man of Steel. I think it was a mistake not to give Henry Cavill a direct sequel immediately. But because it didn't make the $800, $900, $1 billion, because Man of Steel didn't make that type of money, Warner Brothers wanted that money. They wanted their MCU $1 billion a movie franchise. They wanted their bag of fresh air instantaneously. And they didn't get it. And isn't that what's going on in entertainment? Kevin Feige killed cinema. Kevin Feige is a parallel of Emperor Palpatine in the Star Wars prequels. We started off, the MCU was this really good kind of adaptation of the Marvel comics. And it was just kind of another option in cinema. Then people started saying everything should be like the MCU. So when Snyder was doing the Snyderverse, no, it's different. It's too dark. It's too depressing. It's this and that. All of a sudden, we see this fascism taking place. This analogy for cinema goers and pundits like Christian Harloff saying that cinema should have blonde hair and blue eyes, and anything different should be stamped upon. And this is what happened, and this is how fake killed cinema. But someone like David Zaslav is saying, fuck you streaming, fuck you HBO Max, we'll make money from you, but we're not going to dilute cinema, we're not going to transfer cinema from the theatrical system to streaming. Because streaming is actually fucking dead, and Zaslav, with all the cancellations he's doing within streaming, is proving that point. He's actually educating me. I used to believe, these snake oil salespeople, that streaming was the future and it makes loads of money. In fact, it doesn't. So I think we will get a Superman movie in the next 5 years. I don't think we'll get a Man of Steel sequel, but as I keep on saying, I'm happy to be wrong. I'm not here to be right every time. I'm here to give my opinion. So if I'm wrong and you say, you were wrong. Yes, I was wrong. Hands up. Doesn't matter. I've been doing this channel. I've been on this channel for since 2018. I've been right as many times as I've been wrong, and that's okay. It's not about being right all the time. But my gut feeling is telling me that we're going to get a brand new DC live action universe, and we're going to get a brand new Superman to launch that live action universe. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get my words out straight so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again on Monday's show. Until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.